Right then, there's a quick walk around video for an absolutely fabulous CR-V. This is a 1.6 SR diesel and covered just 47,000 miles with a lovely service history. Car's in beautiful condition, finished in twilight blue with the black and Alcantara interior. This one benefits from having the exterior pack fitted. You've got the front and rear bumper extensions with the chrome bits or silver bits and the Honda side steps. They're all very subtle, but they really do add up to give the car more presence than the standard car. The car is in absolutely beautiful condition. It's going to be hard to find one as good as this anywhere. Front of the car, lights and lenses are clear and intact. There's no cracks, no condensation. Bonnet, I can't see a stone chip of any note on there at all. And then near side, passenger side, absolutely beautifully smooth in the panels. The car's been just washed off, not been polished, and yet it has a crispness to it which only comes from wonderful ownership. Near side front alloy, absolutely unmarked. Likewise near side rear alloy, can't see any marks on there at all. And then come around the back to the quarter angle, see the lower silver trim there. But everything, you've got no sort of marks, little chips anywhere that I can see immediately. Just that lovely look about it. Offside, again, lovely and smooth in the panels, no indentations. The car looks like it's about 2 or 3 years old, so that's the kind of look it gives. If I'm rushing a little bit, I do apologise, it's probably about to hammer down any second now, so, and because there's virtually nothing to pick up on, it's absolutely lovely. It's coming to the back of the car, absolutely cavernous boot, and it's been kept in beautiful condition back here. It's coming into the back, wide opening rear doors, absolutely enormous amounts of legroom, and the front seats are set for me, and I'm over 6 foot tall. Back of CR-Vs can be very heavily used, as with any family car, and yet this one's been treated incredibly gently. Coming from the passenger side, again, all lovely and clean. Full set of original Honda mats. Passenger seat there, again, in absolutely superb condition. Finally, just show you driver's door card. Footwell area is absolutely lovely and clean. The driver's seat itself, again, is in absolutely lovely condition. Video always makes it look slightly odd, but genuinely it's beautiful. It's coming inside now. Engine's running as always, so the dashboard is illuminated, which looks pretty much like new, incredibly clean. I'm just going to pan it up here. Pop the car into reverse, you can see the rear parking camera all working exactly as intended. But it has been kept absolutely beautifully. Just got to show you the binnacle, 47,457 miles, and there are no warning lights on at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual, pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. And then this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 1.6 SR diesel. This particular car is registered RV14SZE, a mileage of just 47,457 recorded. The reason for all of our videos, as we always say, is because we want to make sure that if anyone's looking at any of our cars that we're advertising, they get to see the very car advertised in operation. Like far too many people, we've been to see cars which have looked absolutely glorious like this one is, but only to find out that when you drive the car there's an obvious fault that shows up, which you should obviously rather know about before setting off quite clearly. We also do it on these very quiet country roads in this absolutely beautiful part of Gloucestershire. This actually forms part of the road test route. This forms part of the road test route we take our customers on. And the hope is then it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car, been beautifully looked after, and it feels it as soon as you drive the car, and it's one of these cars that someone's clearly cherished. Engine starts instantly, of course, and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car. And temperature gauge is running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle. The engine is just a brilliant diesel engine. The trademarks that always associated with Honda in terms of engines. You know, they are very tough and reliable, with long and long lasting, with just good regular maintenance, which this one's clearly had. They're cam chain driven, so there's no cam belts to worry about on them. But more than that, they're just a lovely engine to use. It's only noticeably a diesel at low revs, low speed, because even Honda can't engineer out fundamentally how the combustion of the car. But on the move, it's smooth, quiet, especially at sort of motorway and dual carriageway. But it's very, very, it pulls with vigour all the way through. So don't think just because it's a 1.6 it hasn't got get up and go. It has. Put your foot down it and it's pulling hard pretty much straight away. And the economy comes very, very easily to the car. It's not one of these cars you have to nurse along. You get better economy by driving smoothly. Of course you do. I've done plenty of videos on that over the time. But also it's not one of those where you've got to be sort of trickling it along to get good economy. I've noticed that the last owner's been averaging 52.2 miles per gallon. I don't know where they were driving or how they were driving. That pretty much matches what I get, but I'm not doing the best kind of driving. Longer trips, I'll be up to 60 to the gallon, so the economy's there. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch of the car's perfect, bite point's exactly where it's meant to be. It's nice and smooth in operation. Gearbox is just an object lesson to other manufacturers and actually how to do it, because it's 6-speed gearbox. The gear changes are short, snappy, mechanical in feel. It's perfect. It's exactly how you'd want a gear change to be. Positioning the gear levers spot on, so your hand falls naturally to it. Everything about it is lovely, and it feels exactly as it would have done when it was new as well. So coming to the steering and chassis, steering tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. Really lovely power steering system. It's nicely weighted. It never feels nervous at all. It's very accurate and precise on the road, so you can sort of point your way through corners absolutely perfectly. These aren't sports cars, but they drive very, very nicely, really nicely. Suspension is tailored to suit the type of car it is. Again, fundamentally, this is a family car to get you from A to B nice and comfortably, which it does wonderfully well. Very well damped ride. Absorbs most bumps absolutely perfectly. Only the sharpest ridges will catch it out, as with any other car on the road. But 90% of the time you're driving, it's a lovely companion. But unlike some of its competitors, which will ride quite nicely, but when you come to corners like this, will kind of keel over and lollop with secondary motions, the Honda feels very taut on the road. It's got a, nimble would be stretching it, but you know what I mean. As soon as you turn, the car's going, but there's no kind of floppiness to the chassis at all. It all feels nicely honed. But Honda have been doing this for a long time and have mastered it. Also, incidentally, I'm going over a section of road which is like the surface of the moon. It's so potholed. No clonks, no rattles, nothing from underneath the car at all. Really solid on the road. The brakes on the car, absolutely fantastic. Nice powerful brake pedal on the vehicle. No pulsing, no vibrations. So all in fine order. Worth pointing out, the car actually will be heading off for an MOT, hopefully later today, which is done completely independently of us. We have no input into it whatsoever. And then finally coming inside the car, first things first, and it won't come across in the video, of course, it's just how well built these are. No squeaks, no rattles, it feels solid as a rock. It's always, and I say it in many of my videos, been a bit of a pet hate of mine. When you read certain road testers, when they get brand new cars, they always laud the same candidates as really nicely built cars, lots of squidgy plastics. Well, that's fine, that's all very nice. But it doesn't tell you anything about what the car's like in 8, 9, 10 years time. And that's where the Hondas are brilliant. They hold together so well. I've been in some of those cars which are meant to be sort of wonderfully built, and they're rattle boxes, or can be, after a relatively short period of time. And the surfaces that initially look very nice can look very heavily worn. Honda don't go for that. They go for putting together the car in the best possible way that's going to suit the use it's going to have. And they know that kids are going to be in here. They know feet are going to be put on things and things are going to be spilt and knocked. And they're very tough. It's not to say they can't. I've seen some very bad examples where they've been, really abused. But if you're relatively kind to the car, the Hondas hold up brilliantly well. Also, just a lovely place to sit. Fantastic visibility around the car, so you feel very confident in the car on the road. Helped by these huge wing mirrors, which gives you lovely vision as you're changing lanes or reversing. Very low dash line in front, so you've got very good view in front of you as well. And then the dash layout itself is joyfully simple. I've got a next generation CR-V of my own, which I love. It's a lovely car, but it's nothing like as easy to jump in and drive as these. I still rate this as a much nicer interior to use, not necessarily to look at, even though it actually looks very smart. The new one looks very modern, but you've got to kind of squint, you've got to think about things. With this you don't. You've got the world's easiest radio to use there, which obviously incorporates hands-free and DAB on this one. Down below that, again, a really simple to use dual zone climate control system. So you can have different temperatures side to side, and it pumps out absolutely ice cold air, by the way, because we checked it in a nice warm workshop earlier on. When you twist or press anything, you get a really solid, beautifully damped, beautifully engineered feel to every little switch you're going to actuate. Really nicely done and really underplayed. And then your dash binnacle in front, as I sort of mentioned before, it's just so crisp. You look at it, the detailing's really nice, beautifully presented, as Honda generally always do. And then you've got this lovely leather-bound steering wheel, which feels absolutely great in hand. Much nicer again than my latest one, which has gone for this fat rim on here. Your hand falls much nicer onto these wheels, I think anyway. And all working absolutely perfectly. This is one of the best CR-Vs. We get some lovely CR-Vs in. We always try and find the best ones we can. But every now and again you get one which, as I said, someone's clearly cherished, and they have with this car, because it is beautiful and drives perfectly.